Good evening, barflies and lounge lizards, and welcome to another episode of Atomic Transmissions, the show where I take a look at new, upcoming, and currently available classic sci-fi and fantasy collectibles. And the first thing I wanted to look at is this 20-ounce ceramic Spock mug with ears, because who doesn't want to drink their booze right out of the top of Spock's head? Or out of his brain, if you want to get scientifical. Because we're all about science here at the snack bar, and words that exist. This guy runs for $19.99 as a pre-order at Monsters in Motion and is out, but nearly sold out from Entertainment Earth. Next up we have another pre-order, the Reaction Godzilla Skeleton with handy-dandy oxygen destroyer accessory for all your oxygen destroying needs. I'm definitely a fan of the Reaction line, and it's one of the only lines I actually keep in the packaging. I just love that retro card look, and this is a rather unique choice for a release and kind of a spoiler. Well, for a 70-year-old movie, 70. That's right? Me not do the maths too good. But this guy is due out this month, though toy release dates never seem to be correct, and he runs at $19.99 as well. As mentioned in the first episode, I'm not associated with any of these sites, and my plan to completely sell out hasn't happened yet. But I will be going with Big Bad Toy Store when possible, because I've ordered from them many times before. Now let's hit a bit of sword and sorcery, which used to be the bread and scantily clad butter of the channel. Icon Collectibles' Frank Frazetta line is off to a great start. Out now is the Tigra from Fire and Ice 12th scale figure. This perfectly clad piece of rotoscoped glory stands at about 6 inches, has 3 different faces, 2 different hairdos, and comes with her panther, which also has an extra head. I was going to pass on this one, being she's a little short for the scale, but seeing this I'm mighty tempted again. But like it says in the encyclopedia, you pay extra for figures in thongs. Or was that Snack Bar VIP Derek Destructor? Either way, she is presently $89.99 on Big Bad Toy Store. And also from Icon, we have the Frank Frazetta Norseman, which is due out in November. Inspired by the 1972 Frazetta painting, this is another 12th scale figure, and hot dog does he come with a lot of accessories, some of which include an extra face, extra hair, and a whole bunch of weapons. He's listed at $94.99. Now this one's a bit rich for my blood. We have a rule here at the snack bar: a figure must be either 6 scale or taller, or of the naked or optionally naked variety, and preferably female, before I'll approach that $100 price point. Oh yeah, we just took it old school snack bar and got saucy in here. Last time I spoke about buy soundtracks, so this time I wanted to mention La La Land Records, which is another soundtrack producing company, and another I have purchased from in the past. And let me tell you, La La Land may be a bit pricier than buy soundtracks, but their releases are even higher quality. The one I have from them is a double CD with a big booklet and wonderful pictures and design. And La La Land also gets bigger name releases with a series of Star Trek releases, heavy metal, and even James Bond. Now we have something else for kaiju fans, and that's the Titanic Creations Ogre figure from Gorgo. And this bad girl, stands at an impressive 13 inches tall, or 30 centimeters if you speak that, and is 20 inches long. No clue how much that is in centimeters. Me not know rulers too good either. But she has my sci-fi shelf written all over her, and she fits in with everything I said before. 6 scale or taller, female, and naked. At the moment, she is in stock for $189.99, but I have a feeling she won't be available much longer. Jumping over to some tabletop role-playing game info, we have Swords of Cthulhu by Mr. Joe von Grognard Block, and this is for first edition D&D that adds all kinds of juicy and slimy mythos action into the mix. And the description reads, plumb the rich depths of Lovecraftian horror with new races like Deep One hybrids, new classes like the Cultist and the Scholar, new skills, complete insanity rules, the Dreamlands, the Old Ones and Outer Gods, and much more for both players and game masters. I've only seen the sample pages, but those have that great old school D&D look and feel that I much prefer. And you can get this one in PDF and POD hardcover for $9.95 and $29.95. And speaking of all things Lovecraftian, we have the HH Toy Company, who has released several series of keshi figures based on the Cthulhu Mythos. And if you aren't familiar with keshi, they're small figures in a similar style to the muscle figures from the 1980s. These are really nice sculpts, and I was particularly amused that they actually did one of Lovecraft himself. These run at $16 a pack for the normal ones and $19 or so for the glow-in-the-dark versions. Really spiffy. Let's dig back into the high-end collectible side of things, and that's another from Executive Replicas, and this is the Phantom Creeps robot, aka Dr. Zorka's robot 12th scale figure. And this charming fellow stands at 8.6 inches tall, is made of plastic, and has a hinged chest compartment. Now he's a little rich for my blood at $199.99. Then again, he does fit into my categories, 12th scale or taller, and naked. But either way, this is a very cool looking figure of a very cool looking robot. And this strapping young lad is supposed to be out this month, but I'll believe it when I see it. You know, the company really needs to come along and do a more budget line of these type of figures. Because as I've mentioned many times before, because I'm extremely redundant, I'm actually not a fan of articulation. I think it takes away from the aesthetic of figures. I much prefer as minimal articulation as possible. So I would love a good, more budget line. Classic sci-fi robots and aliens that just maybe their arms move up and down. That's all I would need. And the last thing I wanted to talk about today, and this isn't really sci-fi or fantasy, but I'm a big fan of the classic Muppet Show, and I just wanted to talk about it. And I play things fast and loose around here. And that's Diamond Select Toys is finally doing a Sweetums figure. And not only do you get Sweetums, he comes with a little Robin. And Sweetums stands at 11 inches, and Robin stands at 2 inches. And this guy is going to look mighty fine on the shelf. And he's going to run for $29.99 and is due out in February 2025. And that's all the time we have for this week. Please like, comment, subscribe, watch the skies, and stay atomic.